Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to teach the male reproductive structure of plants. Male reproductive structure of plants. So when we are going to see the sexual reproduction in plants, so the reproductive organ is flower. Flower is the reproductive organ which is a modified shoot. Which is a modified shoot. Okay, so this is present in all the angiosperm, all the division angiospermic plants having the flower. So flower का यदि हम typical flower, when we are going to see the typical flower structure, so it is made up, like I can show you the diagram here. So this is a typical flower. Okay, this is the pedicel. Now pedicel means the stalk of flower. Stalk of flower. Okay, and this is the thalamus जिसमें कि पूरा flower rest करता है, that is the thalamus. Okay, so the outermost roll of the flower is the sepal. है ना, sepal always green in color, and the group of sepal is known as the calyx. Group of sepal is known as the calyx. Then the colorful things, you can see the colorful thing here. These are the petals. Group of petal is known as the corolla. Group of petals are known as the corolla, and this is the male part, stem, anther, and the filament, which we call as a stamen, and the group of stamen is known as the androecium, and this is the female part, stigma, style, and ovary, which we call as a carpel. Group of carpel is known as the gynoecium. Okay, so here we are going to talk about the male reproductive structure of plants. So when we are going to see the events in the sexual reproduction in flowering plants, they are the basic three steps: pre-fertilization, double fertilization, and the post-fertilization. So in pre-fertilization, we are going to see the male reproductive structure in this video. So male reproductive system, I have told you that it is made up of the anther and the filament. So each lobe has the two chambers. So basically anther is a bilobe. Okay, and each lobe has the two chambers. So total how many chambers you will have? The 4 chambers. So each lobe has a 2 chamber, that is known as the diathecous condition, and they will form the 4 pollen set. So that is known as the tetrasporangiate condition. That is known as the tetrasporangiate condition, and each pollen sac will form the millions of the pollen grain. Millions of the pollen grain, and pollen grain is the male gametophyte. Is the male gametophyte which is going to form the male gametes. है ना, जो कि हमको क्या देंगे? That's going to give rise to the male gametes. Fine. So pollen grain is going to be give rise to the 2 male gametes. One pollen grain is going to give rise to the 2 male gametes. So male जो pollen grain है उसका structure बहुत ही unique होता है. That's having the outermost covering, that is known as the exine, which is made up of the sporopollen, and then the inner one is the intine, which is made up of the pactocellulose. Exine, which is made up of the sporopollen, it is a very hard substance that is not going to be degradable. Okay, and intine is made up of the pactocellulose, which is elastic in nature, and intine is going to be formed the pollen tube. You can see here the 3 pores, germ pore, in which this sporopollen, exine deposition is not there, and they will form the pollen tube. Intine is going to give rise to the pollen tube, and inside the pollen grain they are the basically nucleus. Okay, this nucleus is going to be divided into 2 nucleus, vegetative and the generative, and this generative cell basically is going to give rise to the 2 male gametes. Okay, and that's going to be helpful for the double fertilization. Thank you.